పెట్టరావు అచ్చంపేట కొబ్బరి మట్ట పెట్టరా
బస్సులో వెళ్తాం బస్సులో అయ్యే పెట్టేదాడి
ఓం అజ్ఞానతిమిరాంధస్య జ్ఞానాంజనశలాకయా చక్షురున్మిళితం యేన తస్మై శ్రీగురవే నమః శ్రీచైతన్యమనోభీష్టం స్థాపితం యేన భూతలే స్వయం రూప కదా మహ్యం దదాతి స్వపదాంతికం వందేహం శ్రీగురో శ్రీయుతపదకమలం శ్రీగురున్ వైష్ణవాంశ్చ శ్రీరూపం సాగ్రజాతం సహగణరఘునాథాన్వితం తం సజీవం సాద్వైతం సావధూతం పరిజన సహితం కృష్ణ చైతన్య దేవం శ్రీ రాధా కృష్ణ పాదాన్ సగణలలితా శ్రీ విశాఖాన్వితాంశ్చ హే కృష్ణ కరుణా సింధో దీనబంధో జగత్పతే గోపేశ గోపికా కాంత రాధా కాంత నమోస్తుతే తప్త కాంచన గౌరాంగీ రాధే వృందావనేశ్వరి వృషభానుసుతే దేవి ప్రణమామి హరిప్రియే వాంఛాకల్పతరుభ్యశ్చ కృపా సింధుభ్య ఏవ చ పతితానాం పావనేభ్యో వైష్ణవేభ్యో నమో నమః నమో విష్ణుపాదాయ కృష్ణప్రేష్ఠాయ భూతలే శ్రీమతే భక్తివేదాంత స్వామిన్నితి నామినే నమస్తే సారస్వతే దేవే గౌరవాణి ప్రచారిణే నిర్విశేష శూన్యవాది పాశ్చాత్య దేశతారిణే जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा Okay, today we'll learn the sutra, second adhyaya, first pada, or sutra number 27 sutra. Shrutestu shabdamulatvat. 2:1:27. This sutra today we'll discuss about this sutra. Okay, let us see. Let's discuss. Because this sutra is very prominently used in Tattva Sandarbha, that Anucheda number 11. We were discussing this. So that's why. So to discuss Anucheda number 11 thoroughly, we will use this sutra actually. So let me open those files 1 second. Okay. Just one more file. Okay, this is the sutra. Shrutestu Shabdamula. If you remember, all of you remember, previously we were discussing about so Jiva Goswami's Tattva Sandarbha 11th Anucheda. So that was the discussion, and yeah, that file was closed somehow. I don't have that. So Gopi Pradhan Prabhu's Bhakti Tattva Sandarbha file. Save, I think. Link is there with anyone? Tattva Sandarbha link was there yesterday also. I posted some. From ISKCON Desertary, I think he took out, or Ramchandra. ISKCON Desertary. So, okay, no. And so today, in that Tacha Anumata, sent, someone sent. After learning this sutra, maybe in the next week we'll be discussing that. So there are so many interesting points are there in the sutra that we'll discuss today. I think whole time will be taken by this. And after that we'll be discussing all the Sutesa Shabdamalatva, Arka Pratisthana, or next one is Shastra. These three sutras are taken the support by Sri Jiva Goswami to establish what the opinion of the Pratyaksha Anumana are effective. Is the knowledge generated by the Pratyaksha Anumana is effective, and that's why we should approach only Shabdapam, that is the Veda. So this is the point he established to support this Tacha Anumatam that is also accepted in the other places. Those places are Tarka Pratisthana, this place, Means in this sutra, that is accepted. That means Shruti is the highest pramana. Shabda and Anumana are not the highest pramana. They are defective. And also, we see the same thing is established in Tarka Pratishtana. Next one is Shastra Yonitva. Third one is Srutestu Shabdamola. Tarka Pratishtana we have seen, and also we discussed that sutra in the last class. We discussed Shastra Yonitva, that we have discussed also very long back. And now today we have to see Shruteshtu Shabdamola. This sutra also we have to discuss. By discussing this sutra, so we will be understanding that what is the point. So Shruti or Veda is the highest pramana. Pratyaksha and Anumana are not the ultimate highest pramanas. Pramana for what? Pramana for about the knowing the Achintya Vastu, who is the creator of this universe. And so on different things, that means right knowledge to know about the absolute truth can be produced by the only Shruti, not by the Pratyaksha and Prama. So that is the point. Today also we'll be seeing that. The argument is what is going on, who is the cause for this creation, and that is the argument we have seen in Tarka Pratishtana. So there we clearly understood that Tarka cannot be stable, because Apratishta means is not stable. So that's why we should dependent on Shruti, so to know the cause for the creation. That was the discussion. That is in the first adhyaya. That is over. Now we are coming to the second adhyaya. In the second adhyaya, once again, so there one more point is going on. Discussion is something, but what is the point is in that discussion. That means all the Vedanta sutras are in a sequence, in step by step, different points are established. So now the discussing now in this second adhyaya, what is going on? So the topic is Lord is of course he is doing everything, but still he is nirvikara. Nirvikara means there are no changes in him. So this is the discussion is going on. This is the discussion is going on. In that discussion, so the point is Purupakshi says that this point Purupakshi is not ready to accept. So we are going to convince Purupakshi by saying that it is possible. So it is acceptable because Shruti is accepting. So and Purupakshi may say that Pratyaksha and Anumana are also considerable, but we are going to say those cannot be considered. So defeating of the Pratyaksha and Anumana also you can see. So now let us see the sutra. If you see the meaning of sutra, then you will understand. Srutestu Shabda Molatvat. This is the sutra. So what are the words? Srutehe. Srutehe means from the scriptures, an account of revelation. To part. Shabda. So revelation. Shabda, a word is a revelation. Molatvat means because of the whole. So these are the different words. Now you can see the total meaning. But the above defects don't apply in the case of Brahman, because the scriptures so declare it, and the word of God alone is the root from which we learn everything about these transcendental subjects. So in the second adhyaya, what is going on? So second adhyaya, about the Lord we discuss. In the second adhyaya, we see in this material world there are so many doers. Example, the potter is there. Potter is also doer. And all these doers, they are dependent on, for doing anything, they are dependent on various objects. And also there is a vikara, there is a transformation in that person. There is a transformation in that person. In that potter, there is a transformation. He changes his place. There is a loss of his energy. So many things are there. If he does any activity of production of a pot, so there are that means changes in his body, changes in his energy, so many things. And also is dependent For example, to make a pot, he is dependent on the mud, he is dependent on the wheel, he is dependent on the stick to rotate that wheel. And also there is a vikara. That means in his heart there is a vikara. After producing the pot, he'll be thinking that it is mine. So such a vikaras also you can see. So here doer means conditioned soul. That means any ordinary living entity. So any ordinary living entity, so which is conditioned after production of this some object, it is also having the vikara. Vikara means attachment. It is mine and I want. So that's why we see the so many doers in this material nature in our day-to-day life, and those doers are normal doers. But Lord is also doer of this entire creation. But if you see in the day-to-day life, any doer is doing any activity, so there is automatically there is a transformation in him after producing something. For example, someone is constructing a building. So after that, immediately he will feel that it is my building, and he will be having attachment. Some cracks are there on that wall. Then there is a heart. There is a cracks in his heart also. There are so many problems will come. But if you see, Lord is also doer of this entire creation, but he is not like an ordinary doer. There are no transformations in him. There are no attachment. There is no attachment in him. So there are no changes in him. So that's why he is very different than any ordinary doer. So Purvapakshi says that. So we are seeing so many doers in the day-to-day life. So like all other doers, so here Lord is also like that. So they say, but we are saying that what is the advantage of accepting this by Purvapakshi? Purvapakshi established that so even Ishvara, so Krishna or Ishvara is Vidya Avachinna Chaitanyam. So it is also having the Vikara. So it is not perfect. That's why Lord's form, they don't want to accept it as an absolute. And finally, they want to establish that. So Nirguna Nirvishesh Janmatra Satta, Brahman. So Brahman is only the ultimate. This is the main goal, actually, their goal. So that's why they say that. So the doers also, the Lord is also being a doer. So there is a vikara. But we are going to say Lord is making this universe. That's, and also they say that means ultimately Purvapakshi's point is what? Nirgun Nirvishesh Chinmatsa Satta, that Brahman is not doing anything, but when that is reflected on the Vidya, so through that Vidya only, so through that reflection only, so the activities are happening. So ultimate doer is, so when the Brahman is reflecting on the Vidya, and the total is only doing the activity. So this is their point actually. But in fact, the Brahman is pure and it doesn't have any vikara. So that is the philosophy they want to project, but we are going to reject that. No. So Brahman is nothing but the person, is having the form, and even he's having the form, he's doing the creation, but still there is no vikara in him. This is the right philosophy actually we want to establish. Like example, Karanano Sai Vishnu. So he is the cause. He is glancing on the Prakriti, and after that there is a creation. So there is agitation in the Prakriti, and then Prakriti is keep on so producing the elements, and then Lord is entering that Karanano Sai Vishnu in the form of Garbhodak Sai Vishnu in that universe, and he is filling. So all the activities are he is doing. So even after doing all these activities, he is not like normal doer. So that is the point we are going to discuss. And while discussing what is the important point for us in this sutra, while discussing this, while establishing this, so the point is mainly established point is compared to Pratyaksha and Anumana. So Shabda Pramana is the highest Pramana. So this is also discussed. 1 second, Prabhu. This dog is barking so much. Every day, this time, so it has some problem. 1 second. Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. So this is the context actually. Now let us see how this sutra is used. The purpose of using this sutra in the Jiva Goswami Tattva Sundarbha, that we will understand when we study this sutra. Let us see here the meaning. But the above defects don't apply in the case of Brahman, because the scriptures so declare it, and the word of God alone is the root from which we learn anything about the transcendental subjects. So, Srutehe tu Shabda Moolatvat. This word tu is there. Even Brahman is, that means Supreme Lord, is a doer of everything. So, tu is but, tu means but actually in English meaning. But means what? In generally, any normal doer, he has defects. He has defects, but the Lord doesn't have any defects. Even he is a doer of this material creation, he doesn't have any defects. So that is the point. The two is indicating, but is indicating. But how can you say Lord is also doer of this entire creation, but still he doesn't have any kind of the defects? So Shruti is the cause. Shrutehe. That means the Panchami Vibhakti is used. Shruti is the Prathama Ekvachan. Its Panchami Vibhakti is Shrutehe. So that's why. So Shruti is saying. That's why. So we are taking that Lord is even though he is a doer, he doesn't have any defects in him. So for reason is Shruti is the reason for that. Shruti is telling about Lord. So he is infinite and he is perfect and he is achintya. That means he is not like an ordinary doer. In ordinary doer's case, you can apply logic. So potter is a doer, and we are seeing in the potter's life, after making the pots, he is having the attachment and he is developing some kind of greed for those. So such a vikaras you can see, and that's why you can apply same thing to the next someone who is making the goldsmith. So you can apply same thing in the case of goldsmith. So can you apply same logic to the Lord also? Lord also doer of entire creation, then he is also having defects? No, you cannot apply, because he is the object achintya. That means he is inconceivable object. You cannot apply this kind of inference or logic. So and he is, that's why he is not like ordinary doer, and he is achintya and he doesn't have any defects. Who is saying? Shruti is saying. See, Shrutehe, that means Shruti is the Pramanam. Then why we have to accept Shruti? Then this point also you'll get. Why don't we? That means logic. Why don't we apply Shabda Moolatvat? That means Shabda Moolatvat, because whatever other pramanas you can take possible pramanas are Pratyaksha and Anumana. And those two pramanas are also dependent on Shabda. Understanding? So they both are dependent on the Shabda. So that's why you cannot use those two pramanas. So mainly three pramanas are main pramanas: Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shabda. Of course, we have 10 pramanas, but in the 10 pramanas, so three are only the main. All other 7 pramanas are just nothing but the Pratyaksha and Anumanas, other forms. If you use this Pratyaksha and Anumana in different ways, then those will be coming up with in the different shapes. So that's why other 7 pramanas are nothing but the different forms of the Pratyaksha and Anumana only. So there is no need to discuss about other 7 pramanas. So it is sufficient if you discuss about these 3 pramanas. So why don't you why you are accepting Shruti only? Why not other pramanas? The point is other 2 pramanas are also dependent on Shabda. So Pratyaksha and Anumana also dependent on Shabda. Is it clear, Prabhu? So Sudarshan, am I Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu, I'm clear.
My voice is audible? Yeah. So now let us see our Shankachedaya tu shabdaha Upasamharaha. Upasamhara sutrat na iti anuvartate. Just before to this sutra 2:127 this is, and before to this Upasamhara, that's another sutra is there. From that sutra you should carry forward na. Na you should carry forward. So that means na means we are rejecting other qualities like other doers. So other doers are having the doshas. Like that, Lord is not is there. He is not having any doshas. So that's it. To say no, this na is taken carried forward from the previous sutra, 24th sutra. So sutrat na iti anuvartate. ब्रह्मकर्तृत्व पक्षे लोकदृष्टाः दोषाः न स्युः कुतः. So Brahmakartritva Paksha means if you accept Brahman is the doer of this material creation, but we see any doer he is having the defects. So can we say the same doer? That means even Brahman also being a doer, he is also having the doshas like other doers. Can you say no? But no, to say no, you should take na from the previous sutra 24th. 1, 2, 124 from there you should take na. And also you are saying no. Then why? The reason you should give. Then srutehe. So kutaha. That means why? Srutehe. Sruti is the cause. That means Sruti is saying that of course Lord is a doer, but still he doesn't have any defects. So that is so approved by the Sruti. So that's why. So we are saying this. Alaukikam achintyam gnanatmakam api murta. So we can see this Brahman is alaukikam. It is not like a material object, like a potter, goldsmith. These are all laukikam. They are all belonging to this material world. But Brahman is, or the Ishvara is alaukikam. He is beyond this material creation. And achintyam, he is beyond, he is inconceivable. And gnanatmakam, he is endowed with the gnanam. And also murtam, and he is having the form. Murta means he is having the form. He is gnanatmakam, that means he is fully, that means gnanamayam, but also he is having the form. So that is the thing, like Brahman is having the form also. Brahman is having means Ishvara, Bhagavan. So Brahman, Brahmeti, Paramatmeti, Bhagavan is Shabdite. So Brahman is also known as Bhagavan. So when you say Brahman is having form means what you should take? Bhagavan is having Bhagavan. That indicates Bhagavan. So that's why this absolute truth is Gnanamayam, and also it is having the form. And also Gnanavat, it is also possessing. It itself is a Gnana, and also it is possessing the Gnana. How it is possible? So example is Ahikundalavat. Like snake is there, snake is one only. But when snake is in the sleeping in, is staying in the form of coils, what you say? These are all the coils of the snake, you say. But so these coils are different from the snake. They are not different from the snake. Ahikundala, that means coils. Those coils are nothing but snake only. What you can say? These are the coils of the snake, you say, of you use. Of course, so that means whenever you say this is my pen, when you say this is the my pen and you are both are different. Whenever you say something sambandha is there, so then automatically there is a difference. There is a difference between those two objects. My pen, if you say you and pen are both are different. Similarly, ahikundalavat. So when you say coils of snake, if you say, so coils and snake are different. It should be different in general. Grammatically, if you go, it should be different. But In practical life, if you see, coils are different from the snake. No, that entire is snake only, but also it is having the coils. So you say coils of snake. There also you are using sasti. So like in this case of the coils of the snake, that coils are non-different from the snake, but still you use the sasti. Similarly, Lord is gnana, and also is Lord having the gnana. This point is clear. Yeah. Lord is gnana and also is possessing the gnana. How can you say? You take the example of coils of snake, where coils are non-different from the snake. So, and also still we say that it is the coils of the snake. If you go grammatically, it should be different. Because if you use the word of, so that it is differentiating the two objects. But still we use this same in the case of the coils of the snake. So of is representing difference, but coils are not different from the snake. Similarly, Lord is Gnanamayam, and also Lord possesses the Gnanam. Both are true. Next, Ekam Bahuda Avabhatam. Lord is one, and also he appears in many ways. Niramsham api samsham cha. Lord is not having any amshas, and also is having the amshas. Lord is limited. Lord is also unlimited. So Lord is the doer, and Lord is also nirvikaram. That means he is not having any vikara. Doer means he should have vikaras. So Lord is doer, and still he is not having any vikara. So Brahma iti Shravana. So ultimately, what we are saying? We are saying that since Shruti is telling about Lord is having the opposite qualities. Lord is having opposite qualities. So that's why, my dear friend, you cannot say that Lord is also like ordinary user. Lord is not like ordinary doer. Lord is not like ordinary doer. So that's why we cannot apply our logic on the Lord. So Lord is, of course, is a doer, but still he is nirvikaraha. That means he doesn't have any changes. He doesn't have any defects. So why Shravana? That means since it is said by the Shruti. So next tatrahi bruhacha. Now, whatever we discussed, the various qualities of the Lord here, you are seeing. So all this, that means he is one, but also he is having many. He is not having any amshas. He is having amshas. He is limited. He is unlimited. All these things are established in the various Upanishads. All those Upanishads you can see here examples. So first one is tatrahi bruhacha tad divyam achintyam rupam iti mundake alokikatvadi srutam. In Mundaka Upanishad, what we are hearing, Lord is alaukika. So here you see now what we said in this statement. In the statement we said that Lord is alaukikam achintyam gnanam murtam gnanavatu bahu ekam, also bahuda niramsham samsham mitam amitam. All this you said. Then where is the proof, one may ask? Then we are giving the proof for all these things, whatever we mentioned in these two lines. In the down, in these Upanishads we are mentioning. So we are mentioning the quotes from these Upanishads. So what this Upanishad is saying, what is the meaning of this Upanishad? Amrit Prabhu? Brahasya tad divyam achintyam rupam iti mundake. Can you read the translation?
One second.
How are you, Ramakrishna Prabhu?
Hare Krishna, Dhanat Pranam Prabhuji. 5 cosmos blessings. Being Pani Dahi Chida Dahi festival today was a little in service, so I was a little late. Kindly forgive me for that.
No problem. Not able to find Prabhu.
It is moving down. Yes, Prabhu. The Lord shines forth as great, divine, and inconceivable. He appears as smaller than the smallest. He is
Okay, enough,
far
enough.
off,
What is the main thing we want to see? Achintyam. This is there. Lord is inconceivable.
inconceivable.
So we are. You have to see this reference we took to establish Achintyatvam and Alaukikatvam. So that is we got Alaukikam and also Achintyam. So that much we took. Yeah, we can go to the next. So that is the thing. Alaukikam and Achintyam. So this is the thing we said. For that we gave the proof from the Mandaka Upanishad. This which is telling about the Alaukikatvam and Achintyatvam and so on. So next reference we are taking from Tam Ekam Eva Govindam Sachidananda Vigraham. So next Baraha Pidam Abhi Ramaya Kunta Medhase. This is also from Gopal Tapani Upanishad. Ye kopi san bahuda yo avabhati iti Gopala Upanishad. So these are also establishing Ekopi Bahuda. So you see, we said already Ekam Bahuda. So reference is, this is the reference. Next, he is Murtam. That means Barha Pidam Abhiramaya. That means he is wearing the peacock feather and so on. So that means we said Murtam, his hand form. So this is the reference for that. And Sachidananda Vigraham. That means Tam Ekam. So he is Gnana Sachit Ananda. Sachit Chidanandam means he is completely Gnanatmakam. That is we said here. So that is reference is he given here. So like this, whatever we said here, so those are all established, or for them we gave the proof here from these Upanishads. Next, one more thing is Amatro Anantamatrasya Dvaita Dvaitasya Upashamaha Shiva iti Mundakopanishadi. This is also Amatraha Anantam Matrasya Dvaitasya Upashama. That means he is limited and also he is unlimited. That is being said. And also he is having the amshas and he is also not having the amshas. Amatra means no amshas. Matra means having the amshas. So that is also established here. Next, Asino Dhuram Rajati Shayano Yati Sarvataha. Iti Katake Patopanishad. That means he is Asinaha Dhuram Rajati Shayano Yati Sarvataha. He is sleeping and also he is all pervasive. He is at one place sleeping and also he is all pervasive. That means he is limited and also he is sleeping means he is limited. And he is all pervasive means he is unlimited. Both. That means Lord, any object which is having the opposite qualities, then that Padartha is known as Achintyam. So Lord is having all opposite qualities, Viruddha, that means characteristics, opposite characteristics. So these are the proofs. So since these many Upanishads are saying Lord is inconceivable, Lord is not an ordinary being. So that's why, so we are telling to the Purva-Paksha, since Shruti is saying, so Lord is having the all inconceivable qualities and he is not an ordinary doer. Karta means ordinary doer. So that's why, my dear friend, you cannot claim, you cannot say that Lord is having the defects like ordinary doers having the defects. Okay, this is the whole discussion. It will go here. Anyway, these are all the references only. Now we'll come to the main point here from here. So, okay, since Shruti is saying, that's why I am accepting you are saying. So, sometimes people say that whatever Shruti said, why we have to accept that? Maybe whatever Shruti is saying, that can be overruled by, so our Pratyaksha or Anumana. So Pratyaksha and Anumana may overrule the thing established by the Shruti. So Purva-Pakshi can say this. So then what is the answer? That is the point Purva-Pakshi is raising. Srutyapi badhardakam khatam bodhaniyam tatraha shabdeti. Srutya api badita ardakam katam bodhaniyam. Tatra aha shabda iti. So, what is the point? Padita arthakam. Padita arthakam means Paditam arthaha yasya saha. श्रुति के द्वारा जिसका अर्थ बाधित हो गया और उसको कैसा जान सकते हैं? श्रुति के द्वारा क्या है? एक इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट है। श्रुति के द्वारा जिसका अर्थ बाधित हो गया और उसको कैसा जान सकते हैं? In English, what is written? Can anyone say this? बाधित अर्थकं कथं बोधनीयं तत्राह शब्द इति अचिन्त्यार्थस्य शब्दैक प्रमाणत्वात्। आया कुछ? वसु जी क्या कह रहा है?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
Are we referring to the Mundaka Upanishad part?
No.
Ah.
We are referring. Okay. अभी सबको कनेक्ट करूंगा मैं, एक मिनट. We are seeing this. ननुश्रुत्यापि बाधितार्थकं कथं बोधनीयम्.
Okay, just let me go to the equivalent there, written there. So there's a second paragraph. Yeah, Prabhu, I think the translation says that this text also shows the paradoxical transcendental powers of Brahman. Similarly, another text says Lord Govinda is without parts. Is that the reference, Prabhu, you are saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because after in the Vasu's book, after the Mundaka Upanishad 3:17, there is one verse quoted here, which says Bruhach Tadivyam Machintya Rupam Sukshmas Tat Sukshmataram Vibhati. Is that the reference, Prabhu?
So, see.
This is in page number 248, Prabhu.
240.
We are talking of Shabda Mulatvat, right? Yeah, so it is in page number okay, 150. If you type in the top 150 where the tape page display.
So there's a page number. You see your screen, seeing the screen?
Yeah, Prabhu. So
This
we,
this
we
is
are
this is the
correct.
place we should.
Yeah, this is the
So
number.
yeah, it's here. So you see this, you might be seeing. That means asino duram rajati. This you
No,
have
I
seen.
was
No?
seeing
Just
I was seeing one sloka above that.
no. We already crossed this.
Okay, fine.
And next also I said that that means Lord is having the so many inconceivable qualities. So for that proof is Shruti. So that's why main discussion is what? The main discussion is Lord is there. Lord is also doing the creation. Okay. And in the material world, we are seeing the potter. Potter is also doing the creation. Both are doing the creation. So both are doing some activities, not creation. Both are doing some activity. So, but in the material world, whenever we see potter, whenever he make the pot, after making the pot, there is a vikara or not? Vikara means
Change.
some kind of change. He'll be there or not? Yes, because after production of the pots, he think that these are all my pots, and I will sell these. Then I will build a house. Then I will have a wife. Then I will kick her. So then he'll be thinking like this. All that means so that he'll be having a lot of attachment, and then he will be having the kama, krodha, lobha, so many vikaras, unwanted qualities because of production. Being a doer, we see in this material world, so having so many defects in that doer. So we apply same in the case of goldsmith. Goldsmith also is a doer. So if he is also producing some object and he is also having attachment, then Lord is also doer and he is producing this creation. Then he is also having the defects, which is common in the case of potter and goldsmith. Like that, Lord is also one doer. Yatra yatra kartrutvam, tatra tatra doshatvam. जहां जहां कर्तृत्व रहेगा, जहां जहां doership रहेगा, वहां वहां wherever there is a doership, there will be some defects. So Supreme Lord is also doer, also having the defects. This is Purva Pakshi stand. Now you are saying no, is not correct because Shrutehe, Shruti is saying. What Shruti is saying? Lord is inconceivable. Lord is having innumerable qualities which are very much contradict. Lord is limited, Lord is unlimited, Lord is having portions, Lord is not having portions, Lord is knowledge, and Lord is the possessor of the knowledge, Lord is full of knowledge, and Lord is also possessor of the knowledge. So like that, Lord is doer and Lord is not having any kind of changes. And generally doer means he is having the changes, but Lord is not having any changes in him. So these things are said by the Smriti, that's why. So my dear Purva Pakshi, so don't, my dear opponent, so you cannot apply your material logic on the Lord. That we said till where? Till here. Till here, you see in Hindi, in Sanskrit. So these are the Upanishad statements which are establishing the various opposite qualities presenting in the Lord. These are the proofs from the Upanishads. I just said that after discussing few lines, all these other Upanishads also just a reference to Upanishads only, which are establishing all these wherever my cursor is moving. So they are all establishing what? So Lord is having the innumerable qualities which are very contradictory to each other. Sarvam Srutyanusarena Swikaryam. What Siddhanta is saying? Whatever you want to say about the Lord, you should accept those things about the Lord from the Shruti only. Natu kevalaya yuktya, but not by the logic. So Purvapakshi, what he is saying? He is applying the logic. Wherever kartrutvam, wherever there is a doership, there are the defects. This is what? This is logic. Yes or no? This is logic. So we are saying logic is not correct. Should accept Shruti. Now Purvapakshi is raising one more point. So nanu Srutyapi Baditartakam Katam Bodhaniyam. This I am reading actually. Okay. Everyone is in line with me. They are following. You are all following. Okay. Let's go on. So then see, in English I asked, so what is that line? So what is the meaning, English meaning? Where you should go? So these are all discussed. These are all I just jumped actually. So Amrutasya Setum Dagdena. So it means Nishkalam, Nishkriyam, Shantam, Nirvidyam, Niranjanam. These are all references across. Then what is that? This should come here. This is the English translation. Vasu is giving more commentary. Gradually, he started doing more and more commentary than the literal translation. So that's why it sometimes becomes very difficult. So this is the Nishkalam, Nishkriyam, Shantam that is there in this sloka. So you can see this is Nishkalam, Nishkriyam, Shantam, Nirvidyam. Iti Shvetasrisuto Sarvakartrutvepi Nirvikaratvam cha. That means even in this Upanishad, even he is a doer of everything, but Nirvikaratvam means no changes. So cha iti etat sarvam Srutyanusarena Swikaryam. So Purvapakshi we are saying that since Shruti is saying, so that's why you should accept through Shruti. So natu kevalaya yuktya, not by just mere logic. This is so is discussed. That's why you see. So the text of Shvetaswatara Upanishad show very distinctly the position of the Lord of powers which appear to us self-contradictory and hence impossible. But in the matters transcendental, we are to be guided by scriptures and not by our mere reasoning. This is over. Now Nanu starts from here. But Nanu means you can take but also. So says an objector. Objector says what? Are we to renounce our reason in favor of scriptures when there is a pure contradiction such as the assertion? So the fire has drenched the cloth. Is not such a statement a logical absurdity? To this, the Sutra replies Shabda Mulatva. The knowledge of Brahman and his attributes being founded on the scriptures and the scriptures alone, we have no right to say the scriptures are illogical. So now the point is, from here we should see. This is nanu srutyapi बाधितार्थकं कथं बोधनीयम् तत्र आह शब्द इति बाधितार्थकं means there is some object is there. Take some object. Padhitarthakam. This is an object. It is having the some contradictory or contradictory meaning. Not contradictory, defeatable meaning. So this object it possesses defeatable meaning. Padita arthakam. Paditam artham yasya saha. The one should come from here. The one who has the meaning which is defeatable. Example. Cloth is drenched. So our Vasu gave the example. That example. The cloth is drenched by. So the fire has drenched. Or the cloth is drenched by fire. Cloth is drenched by fire. What is this? Fire will burn the cloth. No? Water drenches. But fire will drench. How it is possible? You see this statement? Cloth is drenched by fire. So it looks, this sentence, cloth is drenched by fire. This sentence looks very meaningless. Means if you take as it is meaning of this line, cloth is drenched by fire. Or other fire has drenched cloth. If you take this line as it is meaning, but the meaning of this sentence is defeated by our pratyaksha pramana. In our day-to-day life, if you take a cloth and if you put a fire on it, it burnt up. It's not drenched at all. Only water drenches. So then, how to take that means this sentence is having the meaning which is defeated. And that kind of sentences, how those sentences can be understood by Shruti. How How to understand then this? That means what? What is the intention of the Purvapakshi? In your Shruti, we see such a sentences whose meaning is very contradictory, whose meaning is defeatable. So such a sentences, how can we understand them? That means in the Shruti, for example, this sentence only is there. Cloth is drenched by the fire. This sentence is there in the Shruti. This is Shruti. So under Veda. Shruti means Veda. So in this Veda, this statement is there. Cloth is drenched by fire. So then how to understand this? So as it is we should take, as since Shruti is saying, or otherwise our Pratyaksha Pramana is telling that this meaning is wrong. This kind of sentence is wrong. How cloth can be drenched by fire? It's not possible. So that's why do we need to understand the meaning of this Shruti as per our Pratyaksha, that means as per our direct perception, as per perception, can we change the meaning of this sentence and take? Or we have to accept only as it is? So since Shruti is saying, so Purvapakshi is saying that, hey, whatever statements are said by the Shruti is having such a meanings which are very which can be defeated actually. Those can be defeated by Pratyaksha and Anumana. So that's why I cannot accept. So your Shruti statements. So I cannot accept, like that Purvapakshi is saying. Now tell me, you people tell me, what is the solution? Why I have to accept something is very unpractical and which looks it's not right according to our direct perception. These kind of statements are there. So many statements are there in these Shrutis. So which are really very unbelievable. It means unbelievable means which are against to our Pratyaksha, that means direct perception and our inference. For example, living entities in another space, another planet. According to our Pratyaksha and Anumana, it's impossible. So living entity means so human beings and so on so other. It needs this much pressure and this much climate and this kind of water, this that. For example, fire. So Shruti says there are the creatures are there in the fire, the sun planet. But according to our science means what? Pratyaksha and Anumana. They are built based upon Pratyaksha and Anumana. They say that, oh man, so thousands and millions of degrees of centigrade temperature is there. It's impossible to have a living entity there. So then Shruti is saying there are the living entities, they are creatures. But our life means, so according to us, there are some conditions according to our scientific research. Not allowed. So that's why the statements whatever said in the Shruti, they are very against, their meanings are, those statements meanings are against to the Pratyaksha and Anumana. Why I have to accept? Why I have to accept? So like this, I will not accept your Lord, your Lord's, you are saying what? Purupakshi. So Siddhanti, what he's saying? Siddhanti is saying that. So my Lord is said by, my Lord is doer and also doesn't have any changes, any vikara, any defects. So that is said in the Shruti. But Purupakshi is saying that, hey, your Shruti is saying such a sentences which are against our Pratyaksha and Anumana, then so that's why you cannot take those meanings. So you should change the meanings of those. So according to our Pratyaksha and Anumana, so you should interpret those Shruti statements. You cannot take as it is. That is the thing happening in the society. Because many facts and figures explained in the Puranas and also Vedas, they are very difficult. They are very difficult. Actually. There is a fighting actually. There is a fighting. Like the ancient ages, people are flying. These that. It became very inconceivable actually. So they will be having so many siddhis. So they are taking the animal, like they are becoming smaller than the smallest. They're small and they are becoming big. All these siddhis with this, they are becoming invisible. So these things all are not in the boundary of our present perception and also present inference. So that's why all the statements of scriptures are beyond our present day-to-day perception and inference. That's why the whole younger generation is not able to believe in the Puranas, not able to believe in the Vedas, and the whole thing is just wrapped up and thrown out. Keep your Puranas with you. Why we have to accept? They're all bogus fiction stories. West also there are so many fiction stories are created by so many philosophers and so many writers. So that's why being influenced by those stories, our whole generation is younger generation seeing that all our Puranas also like the Western poets, they created this so many fiction stories like that. It is also fictional story. So fiction. All Puranas and Vedas are fiction. Just to teach some morals and lessons. So those are all created. But those are all not fact. That's why you should take some good people, so-called liberals, so liberals, they say that, yeah, we respect Puranas also. So we should understand, we should learn lesson from that. We should not take the as it is meanings. Krishna means not Krishna. Krishna means, so it is this, it is that. Krishna means is his advisor and you are the fighter, this, that. So much like Gandhi, they are all writing the different interpreted meanings. So this body is Kurukshetra, mean that living entity is there. Something actually, I don't know exactly. So what Prabhupada used to say. So many interpretations they did. And they set themselves as a very good believers of the Puranas. They projected, but on the name of believing Puranas, they cheated the society. And some people, they completely rejected all these scriptures, bogus, at all. We don't want any. And some people gave little respect and misinterpreted the meanings because according to as much as they can speculate, they speculated and try to establish whatever they want, their mental speculation. So as he's saying, based upon that, they gave the meanings for the Puranas. But where is the real believer? That means taking as it is, taking the as it is the meaning. That is demanded. if one is able to understand that all the Puranas, all the Shruti, whatever they are saying, you don't need to interpret those based upon your perception and inference. You have to take it as it is. You should accept the authority of the Shabda. Then everyone, then if whoever is accepting the authority of the Shabda, then they will take the statements as it is. So that means, what I want to say, who will take this Shruti statement as it is? Who believes? Next is said, Shabdamulatvat. Shabdamulatvat. Shabda is the root. Shabda is root for perception and inference. Why we have to accept this statement as it is? This is the reason. Shabdamulatvat. Very, very important. All these bogus students nowadays, universities, they are studying. They don't have any real intelligence. Actually, there is no real intelligence. They should learn the Vedānta sutras. Then they will understand what is the reality. Because Shabda is the root for the perception and the inference. What it means? That means Shabda is the root, means perception and inference, they are both are dependent on, like a tree. Tree is dependent on what? Root. If root is not there, tree will fall down. Similarly, perception and inference are dependent on the Shabda. And Shruti is the Shabda. So that's why, since Shruti is the Shabda, we have to accept Shruti as it is. Why? Since Shruti is Shabda, you cannot defeat the statements, the meaning of the Shruti statements based upon the perception and inference. But in spite of this, you have to accept in reverse. Whatever the corrections or whatever the defects are there in the perception and inference are corrected by the Shabda, not by the, that means not perception and inference, they cannot correct the Shabda. Understanding? It's very important. Ramakrishna, where are you? What are you doing? चलिए गए. Important point जब आए तब भाग गए. Okay. So Ramrich Prabhu, explain.
Yes, Prabhu. So the Sabda is the root for perception and inference. Both the perception and inference, they are dependent on the Shabda. Like a tree, without a root, a tree cannot stand. Similarly, Shruti is compared to the root. So without Shabda, other two cannot like exist. So that means we should take all the statements which are given in the Shruti as it is. We shouldn't be defeating them, but rather if there are some statements which doesn't make sense with like perception and inference, so those are like defeated. Sabda is the main root.
Yeah, you should take those as it is only. You cannot correct the meanings of the Shruti statements based upon your perception and inference, because your perception and inference are dependent on the Shabda, and Shruti is Shabda. Shabda means what? What is Shabda? You may ask. Shabda means Brahmadi dosha rahita vachanatmakaha Shabdaha, means the statement, the authoritative statement which is free from the four defects. Brahmadi dosha rahita vachanatmakaha shabdaha. That means the one which is shabda means what? The one which is free from the four defects. But perception and inference both are not free from four defects. Shabda is free from. So that is a basic definition of Shabda. Like example, there is a snow in Himalayas. Someone went there and he saw, and there is no dosha at that time. That means it's not that every time we are having illusion. No, we don't have any illusion. Every time we don't have any illusion. Only sometimes we have illusion. So he went to Himalayas, he saw the snow, he felt that, and he confirmed that that is a snow. So then he came and he told to you, there is a snow in Himalayas. Then by hearing this statement, there is a snow in Himalayas, you are also getting the information that yes, there is a snow in Himalayas. This knowledge is generated in you. By hearing this statement, there is a snow in Himalayas. This statement is free from the four defects because, so even in the day-to-day life, everything is completely, all the time is defective, you cannot say. So anything, so confirm that it is free from the four defects. That means that information is now refined and is free from the four defects. Then you can take it as Shabda. But what is the best Shabda? But in our case, there is a chance that person who went, maybe he has some disease. Even if you see the heart element, but he feel that it is a cold. So maybe, so he, instead of going to Himalaya, he went to another place. So and he saw there he has disease that even touching the some mud also he feeling it as a snow. Some disease is there. So he is coming and telling that something information. So then it may be going wrong. So then what is the for that information may go wrong. So that's why what is the best Shabda? That means which cannot be having any dosha. That is only Veda. Why we should accept Veda only as Shabda? That is discussed in the Tattva Sandarbha. That we are not going to discuss. But the point is, Vedas are only the Shabda, and Shabda is root for the Pratyaksha and Anumana. That means Pratyaksha and Anumana are dependent on the Shabda. So that's why, based upon your Pratyaksha and Anumana, you cannot correct the meanings of the, or try to interpret the statements of the Shruti. But instead of that, you should take as it is, whatever they said, as it is. So that's why we should tell to our younger generation, so my dear boy, you are thinking that these Puranas are fiction, since they are going against to your logic and your experience, your perception. But your perception and your logic inference, what value they have, that also should understand. It doesn't have any value. They are all defective. That is being, if you establish this, and if you establish Shabda, that means let us assume some statement which is completely free from the four defects, and that is more powerful than these two. So that if you establish, then these people also will start believing in the Vedas. So then how to establish this? That we are going to discuss now. It's clear now what we are going to do? Ramakrishna Prabhu, some doubt is there?
No, Prabhu. We are making the effort to establish how Shabda is the ultimate proof.
Yes. Shabda Moolatvat. That is the point. Shrutes to Shabda Moolatvat. Shabda is the Mula. Mula means is the root. So see in our text. Tatra aha shabda iti. So Purvapakshi is asking, can we change the meanings of those Shruti statements? We are saying that no need to change. Because shabda iti, avichintya arthasya, that means any statement which is having the inconceivable meaning, that means which is going against the logic, such a meaning it is having, then those statements should be taken as it is. Why Shabda is the Pramana? Because those statements are all generated from a source which is free from the 4 defects. Because those all statements are free from the 4 defects. So that means those are all Shabda. And that Shabda is the root for the Pratyaksha and Anumana. So that's why you cannot defeat the meaning of, you cannot change the meaning of those statements. So tadrushe mani mantradau drishtam hi etat prakrute kaimutyam apadayati. Even in the case of mani and mantra. So mani, so Suryakanta mani or Chandrakanta mani. Like Chandrakanta mani is there. There is a fire. In that fire, if you keep this Chandrakanta mani, and if you touch that fire, it will not burn you. You can dance on that fire. You can touch it and it will no, there will be no so feel of heat. How it is happening? It's money. Money is having the inconceivable potency. In this material world also, we are seeing the objects which have the inconceivable potency and which will make this such a situation which is very different, very logical, very actually difficult to understand. And now you, as per our perception, what if you touch fire, it will burn. But now it is not going to burn. Because that money is having the avichintya, that means achintya shakti, inconceivable potency it is having. So, like that only, Lord is also like money, is having the inconceivable potencies. And those potencies, so you will be knowing from the Shabda, not from the, of course, those are all maybe beyond to your perception and inference, but you should accept as it is. Because Shabda is the root cause for the Pratyaksha and Anumana. So, idam atra nikrishtam. Let's take Pratyaksha Anumana Shabda Pramanani Bhavanti. This is a you should nikrishtam. That means what you should understand is explained here. So, idam nikrishtam means you should understand the following thing. What is that? So come, Pratyaksha Anumana Shabdaha Pramanani Bhavanti. How many pramanas are there? 3 pramanas. Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shabda. 3 pramanas are there. Okay, write it. There are 3 pramanas. Pratyaksha, Anumana, and Shabda. Okay, next. Pratyaksham Tavat Vibhichari. Pratyaksham is a prostitute. Anumana is also prostitute. But not Shabda. How Pratyaksha is becoming the Vibhichari? Vyabhichari means what? It is giving the wrong information. Pratyaksha is giving the wrong information. Vyabhichari. Pratyaksha should produce all the time right knowledge, but it is not producing the right knowledge, but it is producing the wrong knowledge. Then you can say Pratyaksha is Vyabhichari. Example is Drishtam Maya Mundavaloke Chaitrasya Mundam Ityadau. So Maya Mundam. There is a one. What is that? Indrajalak. What do you say in Indrajalak means? Magician. 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 Some magic maker. Magician is there. He created a Maya Mundam. So through that magic, Chaitra or Devadatta. Someone, your friend Chaitra is there. Your friend Chaitra. So Chaitra's head is created and his only head is there. Then by seeing that what? You don't know it is magic. So some magician, he created this and he kept in front of you. Then suddenly you start crying. My friend's head is cut down by someone. They killed my friend. Like that you'll cry. You are seeing this object and thinking that it is a real head of Chaitra. A real head of Chaitra. That means your pratyaksha. That means your eyes. What is the pratyaksha pramanam? What is the pratyaksha pramanam? Pratyaksham gnanam. Pratyaksham, that means pramakaranam iti pramanam. So his eyes are pramanam. They are the pramanam. They are the tools to produce the knowledge. Now these eyes are seeing this object and producing the wrong knowledge. So they are saying that this is the head of your friend Chaitra. But it is not really head of Chaitra. So that's why Pratyaksha became Vyabhichari or not? Huh? Yes, Pratyaksha is Chari. Next. Anuman is also Vyabhichari. It also produces wrong knowledge. Example, in your kitchen, you are seeing the smoke. And wherever there is a smoke, there should be fire. Because without fire, smoke cannot be produced. So that means smoke is there means fire definitely should be there. Now you went to one hill. And on the top of hill, you are seeing the smoke. Like that is coming out. And by seeing the smoke, you say you are here. You say that, oh, there is a smoke on the top of hill. And definitely there should be a fire on the top of hill. But my dear friend, before you come to this hill, just a rain came and rainfall on the top of hill, but not here. Sometimes it happens. Just 2 feet away, rain will be there, and rain will not be there in your case, in your place. Just 2 feet away, it will be there. Did you experience this kind of thing? I experienced. I don't know if people experience or not. It's possible. So rain came on the top of hill, but there is no rain here, and he doesn't know, and he is thinking that there is a fire, but already this fire is extinguished by the recently fallen rain. So here, according to Anumana Pramana, what is saying? Yatra yatra dhumaha, tatra tatra vahini. Wherever there is a smoke, there should be fire. By this logic, what he should get, what is the result he's getting? There is a fire. But actually, there is no fire. So that's why Anumana Pramana went wrong. It is also prostitute. Yes. Now come to the Shabda. So what is that? So see here, Maya mundavaloke chetrassedam mundam ityadau urushtya tatkala nirvapitavahno charam adikrud vitvara dhume parvate vahinuman dhumat ityanumanam cha. These two things are over. I said. I explained. Next, apta vakya lakshana sabdastu nakvapi vyabicharati himalaye himam ratnalaye ratnam ityadi. Like apta vakya. Some authentic source is there. Let us take some authentic source. And some authentic source is saying, let us consider authentic source is there. So some authentic source is there, and that authentic source is telling that there is a snow. There is a snow in Himalayas, and there are so stones, valuable stones. Ratnam means valuable stones in ocean. So these two statements are coming from an authentic source. That means this source is free from the 4 defects. So after hearing these two statements, so there is snow in Himalayas and there are the valuable stones in ocean. After hearing these two statements, you will be getting the right knowledge. You will be getting the right knowledge immediately. There is no wrong in this. Okay, that means what? Shabda, which is heard from authentic source, so will always produce right knowledge. Then who is that authentic source? That we will discuss later. That is only the Vedas, not other things. That is another discussion. But let us assume some authentic source is there. Authentic source means free from 4 defects. 4 defects. From that such a source, information is generated, and that information is passed to you. So by that, this shabda, which is now this is shabda. There is a snow in the Himalayas. Since it is coming from the authentic source, that's why it is also free from the 4 defects. And when you hear the information which is free from 4 defects, immediately you will be always getting the right knowledge. This is clear? It's clear? No? रामकृष्ण प्रभु बहुत दिक्कत हो रहा है क्या? नहीं है ना?
No, Prabhu, this is clear.
Yeah. Next, Abhito, now you see, next one more point. That means from this what you are understanding. So Shabda is defectless, but remaining are defective. Come to the next one more point. Sahi tad anugrahi. This Shabda is giving blessings. Is giving his support. Tad Sahi, that means that Shabda is tad anugrahi. It is bestower. It gives its help. It gives its help to Pratyaksha and Anumana. Tan niripekshaha. And also, one more point is what? What I want to say, Shabda is helping Pratyaksha and Anumana. And also, next point is Shabda is Tan niripekshaha. Shabda is completely independent. Is independent. Shabda is independent. And Pratyaksha and Anumana are dependent. Are dependent on Shabda because we have only 3. they are dependent means they should be dependent on Shabda only. We have total Pramanas, we have 3 only. No? And next point is what? Tad agamye sadaka tamascha. Shabda approaches those objects which cannot be approached by pratyaksha and anumana. What are those? Okay, we'll see one by one. First one is Shabda is helping pratyaksha and anumana. How? So see, Dushtachara maya mundakasya pumsah brantya satye api avishwaste tad eva idam iti akashavanyadau. Dushtachara maya mundakasya pumsah brantya satyapi avishwaste tad eva idam ityakashavanyadau. What happened? You come to this Chaitra once again. I need to take you back. Here, this person, when one time you saw, so magician is creating the Chaitra's head. On that day you saw and you started crying because you don't know the magic. Through magic, one can create anyone's head. This you don't know. Because of that, by seeing the only head part of your friend, then whose name is Chaitra, so you started crying. Then you came to know on that time, oh, but it is not real head. So you saw your Chaitra standing in your side. Then you immediately understood, oh, through magic also we can create someone's head. That is a false head. Okay, that means that example is proving Pratyaksha can become Vyabhichari. Faulty. Vyabhichari means faulty. Now, one day you are going to a field. One day you are going to a field. In that field, some of your enemies and your friends' enemies. 1 second. So Chaitra's friends and Chaitra's enemies, what they did, they chopped off his head and they just kept in that field. You are going into that field and you saw. Then you are thinking that, what you will think? Ramakrishna, what you will think? No, unmute it.
Yeah, I will think at that moment, even this is also illusion only.
Yeah, you'll think that it is also illusion. Oh, so us din my magic mein dekh liya. On that day I saw it's a magical head and this is also magic. And you might be thinking and you are not accepting. Your pratyaksha once again went wrong. Thinking that it is illusory head. Then all of a sudden Akashvani is giving a voice. Akashvani is the demigods who are, at least in this matter, they are perfect compared to you. So their senses are more perfect and compared to you, they are perfect. So you can take them as an authentic source for this issue. There is a voice in that. Akashvani means voice from the upper planetary systems in the sky. Is your friend said. Then immediately, my God, you came to know this is, yes, my friend said, and you started crying. That means here Pratyaksha Pramana is producing, it is also illusory head. After seeing immediately what you thought, it is illusory head. But who is helping to get the real knowledge? That means Pratyaksha, after seeing also Pratyaksha still, so that is defeated by your previous experience and you are still in the illusion. Now actually that is head only. But Akashvani, that is authentic source, is telling it is your friend's head only. Then after hearing this authentic statement, then your Pratyaksha is reconfirmed. Pratyaksha started working. That means Pratyaksha is helped by the Shabda are not in here. Yes? Is it making sense? So there's he's getting headache. कब छोड़ देंगे प्रभु जी, मैं चले जाऊंगा भाई, ये क्या बोल रहे हैं, दिमाग खराब हो रहा है। क्योंकि अभी सच में तो हमारा दिमाग सबका दिमाग छोटा हो गया है, because our intelligence power is also reduced as time is progressing. Really. Or otherwise I am able to explain, I am not able to explain what I am explaining one statement 10 times because Sudarshan Prabhu are getting or not? Thoda.
So, yes, so I am getting.
You are getting. Ramkrishna, is it okay?
Clear, Prabhu. This
Ramkrishna,
particular, yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, very clear, Prabhu.
Very clear. Okay. Make presentation, Prabhu. It will be very nice, wonderful actually. This you can make Namrich, Prabhu. You can teach to youth forum.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, next we'll see. So now we established the first point. That means the first point is what? Shabda is helping. Shabda helps Pratyaksha and Anumana. Anumana also we should see. Okay. Let us go for Anumana. So what was the situation? So this person, you went to the hill and you are seeing there is a smoke. And falsely understanding that even after rain, just before you come to hill, so rain came and it extinguished the fire. But you are thinking that there is a smoke, there is a fire by seeing the smoke. But some pedestrians who are coming from the top of the hill, you are thinking that is the winter season, you know. And that winter season, you are thinking that sometimes in winter also you will be having sometimes rains. So since it is so much cold, you are seeing the fire and you are thinking that you are seeing the smoke and you are thinking that there is a fire, and you are walking on the started climbing the hill, thinking that there will be fire and I will be shaking, shake karna kya bolte. So I will be heating my body. With that mood you are going. But people who are coming from the top of the hill, so these are coming. They are coming from the top of the hill. They came almost all down and they said to you, so, oh my dear Sudarshan Prabhu, where you are going? You want to go on the top of the hill and you want to heat your body? No, my dear boy, you should not go. Like that, these pedestrians are telling that just before there was rain, so few minutes before there was rain, and the fire is extinguished, there is no use if you go there. Here, this Anumana, by seeing the smoke, fire should be there. This is the Anumana says. But this Anumana is corrected now. By the what? By the authentic statements of these pedestrians. authentic statements of pedestrians. Are sitartaha panthaha ma asmin vahnim sambhavayata drishtam asmabhihi sa idanim vrishchaiva nirvanaha kintu amushmin dhumad girini girau sa drishyate. And they said, there is one more hill. There is one more hill here. Just here, there is one more hill is there. This is the hill, more hill. And from hill also there pedestrians are coming. And these pedestrians saying that, who are coming from this hill to you, don't go to this hill. These people are saying not to go, and these people are saying, go this hill. There is a still fire is there. So here also smoke is there, but these people are coming from this top of the hill and they also saw the fire and they learned that. That means these are the authentic source. These pedestrians are authentic source. So this person after seeing this hill, so after hearing these words, he will be thinking that, oh, there is a smoke, but there should. So I thought there is a fire, but now after hearing from these pedestrians, I came to know there is no fire. And after seeing this person, when he sees the second hill and he's seeing smoke there and applying same thing now, oh, I think there may be also rain and there will be no fire. But then that means, but actually Anumana should function here also, and he should understand there should be fire. But because of this experience, he is thinking that there is no fire. But these pedestrians who are coming from this hill, they are saying that, my dear friend, there is a fire. Then he started climbing towards this hill. So here also Hanumana is helped. Anumana is helped by the authentic statements of these pedestrians. So in this way, Anumana is taking help. Is dependent on the Shabda. Anumana is dependent on Shabda. Okay. It means Anumana, Shabda is helping Pratyaksha and Anumana. And Shabda is independent. Pratyaksha and Anumana are dependent. Helping means they are dependent to produce right knowledge. They are dependent on in some cases they produce right knowledge, but so to produce all the time right knowledge, so those are all those should be reconfirmed. They should be helped by the Shabda. Next, Manikantastu Tvam Asi Ityado Tannirpekshata. Manikantaha Tvam Asi Ityado Tannirpekshata. You have one precious jewel that is there on your neck only. That is there and in your neck, and you are searching for that. Where is this? Where is where is my that jewel? Then your friend came and told, hey, where we were, what we are searching? You are saying that I am searching for my jewel, and you saying that it is there in your neck. When you heard this statement from your friend, there is that jewel is there in your neck only. By hearing this statement, immediately, so you came to know, yes, there is in my neck only. That means here, this authentic statement of your friend is helping the Pratyaksha, is helping the Pratyaksha. It is establishing the independence of the Shabda and dependence of the Pratyaksha and others. Next one is what? Tad agamye graha cheshtadau sadhakatamata cha. For example, you want to know about the effect of the planets. We are in the universe and we are not independent actually. On us, there are so many effects from the various planets. So how those planets are affecting you? If you want to know this, So the influence of the other planets on you cannot be approached by the pratyaksha and anumana. Pratyaksha and anumana cannot understand. They cannot be used to understand the influence of other planets. But those you can understand by the Jyotish Shastra. Jyotish Shastra is Shabda Pramana. That's why the objects which cannot be approached by the Pratyaksha and Anumana, those can be approached by the Shabda. Example is influence of the planets on us. Okay, that is the third statement. That is the third statement we said. Shabda approaches those objects which cannot be approached by Pratyaksha and Anumana. So Shabda is independent. That is, so Manikantaha Tomasi. You have the jewel. This is establishing independent. Shabda is assisting. It means Shabda is helping Pratyaksha and Anumana. Okay. So like this, just a few minutes. From this, what we understood, Shabda is independent. Pratyaksha and Anumana are dependent, and also they cannot approach everywhere, everything, and but Shabda approaches. So from this, we can say Shabda is like a king, and Anumana and Pratyaksha are like the what? Like the citizens. Like king is independent. King can overrule the statements of the people, and king is powerful. So this is very much discussed in the Tattva Sandarbha by Jiva Goswami in detail. But here, Baldev Bhushan is giving a brief explanation. So okay. So that means we establish now Shabda is root for the base. Like king is the root for the kingdom. Similarly, Shabda is the root for the Pratyaksha Anumana. Very elaborate discussion is done in the Tattva Sandarbha. If you want, you can hear those lectures, or otherwise I can, whenever I take Tattva Sandarbha, we can discuss again there. Otherwise, so Shabda is root. So that's why Shruti is saying the Shruti statements all are Shabda. So that's why you cannot defeat the meanings of Shruti statements based upon the Pratyaksha and Anumana, which are inferior. Okay, it's clear? So that's why Shrutestu Shabda Mulatvat. This is the understanding of this sutra. So this sutra is establishing Shabda is powerful than the Pratyaksha and Anumana, and is independent. So we'll see in the next class. We are using 3 sutras: Shrutestu Shabda Mulatvat, Tarka Pratishthanat, and Shastra Yonitvat. In these 3 statements, what is established? Pratyaksha and Anumana are defective, and Shabda is independent, and it is the authentic source. Vedas are authentic. Vedas are authentic. Shabda means Veda. How Shabda is Veda only? Why not others? That is discussed in another place separately. So Jiva Goswami, that's why he is quoting these 3 sutras. So to establish his statement in the 10th Anucheda, 11th Anucheda of the Tattva Sandarbha. I hope this is clear for all of you. So I don't know how much you understood, how much it is useful. As for my duty, I explained.
It is very clear, Prabhu. It is very useful. Thank you, Prabhu.
It's quite logical also, Prabhu. It's pretty clear, especially since you were given Vasu's book as well as the Sanskrit text. So when we try to compare it, it is making sense. It's understandable.
Okay. Of course, I think our crowd is going down. What should I do? Shall I stop classes here, or shall I continue next week?
Prabhu, I think some of the devotees might be attending the festivals. So maybe that is the reason.
Like Ramcharan Prabhu.
Yeah.
So today, now you have festival time, no? Actually, Chidadahi today. Dwadashi. Parana you did, Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
Parana you did. Today is Dwadashi.
Yes, Prabhu.
Fast breaking.
Yes, Prabhu. Yes, Prabhu.
Today is Dwadashi for you, no?
Yes, Prabhu.
Just now started, I think.
Yeah, yes, Prabhu.
Okay, Prabhu. So thank you very much. So Ramakrishna Prabhu, so I sent a flyer for you. So maybe if possible, you can, I don't expect me from Middle East, but still, if some enthusiastic students are there, so you can forward to them, because it is a very difficult time, morning time. That course I am starting, Sarartha Darshan, line by line. Unmute if you want to speak. So line by line. So maybe, so you can see. And I kept on Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yes, Prabhuji. I will definitely look for this.
Yeah. And you try if it is possible. I don't recommend, but still, maybe. So because Mangalarati time, it's very important. I don't want to disturb the Prabhupada schedule. It's especially with the hope of Americans, so we design. Maybe Namraj Prabhu, so you try for some more students. Like Prematarangani Mataji and others, they may interested. So check it. And also it is useful for our, it is good, proper time for our Bangladesh devotees also. So Sudarshan Prabhu, please forward those that I'll forward. I flyer is there. I'll send a flyer to you. You can forward that to your congregation. Whoever studied the Prabhupada purpose of first canto. Those people can attend this. That is a criteria actually, eligibility criteria. Please, so that we can reach to more students. This knowledge and this discussion should not stick to only few people. So that is only my goal. It's not that my goal is to making crowd. That is not the interest. My interest. My interest is only these. So knowledge should be reached to many people and should be useful serving to. Okay. And if someone is having a problem of financial problems, so let me know so I can give some concession also. If someone is having some financial problem, we can work it out. It's not a big deal actually. Okay. Thank you very much, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai, for your kind and patient hearing. I hope so. We'll continue next Sunday also. Next Saturday and Sunday. You see? Hare Krishna.